Hello, are you there? I'm joined here by
We
Gus Dagus
are
anyway.
live.
I'm joined by Gus Dagus anyway. And we will see the last round of Division 1 this season. And we are pleased to join you here today. We are witnessing the championship battle going on by this last round. Currently, we are start of the qualifying already. Who do you think will snatch the pole position? Any major or more minor candidates?
I don't think there's anybody I'd rather bet against than T-Jerk. There's no question. He's entered the season with only 4 pole positions to his name in his entire Formula Roblox career, uh, 2 per season. He had 10 this season going into this race. That puts him third in the all-time list of pole positions, and 10 currently ties him for the most pole positions in a single season. If he gets pole today, he will have the most poles in a single season of Formula Roblox in the entire league history. But
So,
we know Man Pifting also knows how to get a lap together.
so you say that the what is the record of most pole positions?
In one season, it's 10. All time, it's 22. That belongs to Endy across his very prestigious career. T-Jerk so far has 14, so still a bit shy of that record, but continuing this trend, certainly making themselves out to be one of the all-time great qualifiers in this sport.
Well, the Sector 1 is being set by Royal, who has a great chance of securing, oh my god, I'm sorry, to secure his first ever World Drivers' Championship after missing it out on Season 8, finishing third after an astonishing beginning of the season, 4 podiums in 5 first races. Then he has fallen off, but now it's his time, and he is following Mempifting. He's having a little bit of that dirty air behind him, and that makes him go unable with the purple sector 2. It's purple sector 2 for Mampifting. He will be the first one to cross the line, I believe. Yes, it is. So we will watch Mampifting, the Mogus Racing driver, as he will abandon the lap, as he has made the corner cut. No, I think not. That plays in his favor because he is now a little bit of. Oh! Royal was bumped and he almost made a corner cut. Now Mampifting and Royal are setting their laps, and Royal makes it 7 tenths ahead of Mampifting, his championship competitor. As we see Chris having purple sector 2 currently. Royal is joined by Mampifting. Tofu now goes P2. He was force promoted from Division 2. Code Bacons goes P3 now. And we see Goimi Chris on pole position. Wow! What a lap by Goimi Chris, who has stormed the Division 1 grid this season. 1/10 of an advantage over Royal. Wow, that's a great lap. Purple Sector 2, Purple Sector 3. Wow.
I think we still have some representative times out of many of these drivers. Mid, definitely low 133s is what I was told would be the pace in this division. We're going to see probably a lot of these drivers improve. Certainly, Man Pifting. But we haven't seen representative times from some drivers, period. It looks like T-Jerk, I'm not sure if he's on an out lap or a flying lap. It looks like he is on a flying lap as another driver gets out of the way as he rides down in that golden white 87 machine. Going Me is currently on provisional pole. Definitely a strong lap from that driver.
And on
Royal
P3,
second,
we
Hyperboss third.
see. So I'm sorry for that. On P3, we see the driver that has made his return finally after 2 seasons of drought. Hyperboss, who was banned recently, has made a comeback with, I believe, it's Funny Group Racing as a main driver. It's his first round since return, and he is beginning it with style, having his car placed in the second row now. Also, we see Asimo Turk completing also his comeback since season 7. Hasn't shown up on the grid in season 8 and season 9, yet still he's making his debut this season with Port Racing Team, the team that he used to manage.
Hyperboss definitely bringing some much needed security to that 18 machine. The Funny Group Racing Manti car in Division 1. They joined very late in the entry today.
I'm
Corner
sorry,
cuts on his safe lap, says Andrew.
I'm sorry I disconnected. I think this is the right time to maybe introduce you all to what needs to happen for Royal to win this championship.
Certainly, a points finish is necessary. Strong advantage towards Royal
So,
going into this race. A lead in
as
the
you can
championship of 19 points.
as you can see, Mampifting has really mathematical chances to snatch a championship. All Royal needs to do is finish P5 or higher, and the championship is done over. If he finishes P6 or above, he needs to watch their competitors. How will they compete? Right now we see Mempifting. I don't know if you have mentioned that he's P3 now. I'm sorry for that because I have disconnected, so I didn't see that. But Mempifting is close to Royal actually, even though his championship chances, let's say, pretty much over. And Mempifting isn't likely to defend his title and become the most successful man that has ever competed when it comes to championships in FRL.
Certainly still a lot to prove going into this round, if not just for the battle for P2 in the championship. Saigon Speedsters will be looking to do a perfect season that will be finishing as teams championship and 1-2 in the drivers championship. They're in that position now, but the gap from T-Jerk to Manpifting certainly a lot closer than those two
Hold
drivers
on,
to the
hold
front.
on. Hold on, because Andrew has made the purple sector too. Andrew has made a purple sector 2 and it's a 37.6, so that's near perfect sector 2. First sector 21.7. So we see Andrew storming into the line. Hugh Performance's driver, who was Division 2 last season. Andrew crosses the line and he goes P2, just misses out on going Chris, and that means Hugh Performance snatches 1-2 so far. Currently, we see Hugh Performance giving it absolutely everything to snatch the pole from the other competitors and make a sensation down there at the grid. Rai Murillo, meanwhile, goes P5.
Certainly not with the championship. Pardon me. Certainly not with the championship contenders
And
need right now.
Koime
Other
Chris
people in
goes
prime
even
form.
faster.
Extends the gap even further. 0.162 seconds to performance. Sit 1 and 2, but Manpifting has set a perfect first sector and is flying on the track down the long straight.
Well, 21.6 is certainly a sector time everyone needs to fear. So we see Manpifting having a very, very clean lap that's still the championship contender. But just let's see Manpifting crossing the line. Meanwhile, Sassy has went P7, Play Games has gone P8. So we see also Hyperbot completing his lap, currently P6. Will he improve his position or maybe improve his lap time? He won't neither. So we see Manpifting having green sector 2, and we see him chasing the line as it gets closer and closer to him. It will be their final attempts in this qualifying. We see Manpifting, it wasn't that good last turn line. Let's see if it can bring him pole position or at least first row. It brings the first row, but it's not enough to beat Chris. So Chris might have the first pole position of his career. But Manpifting goes again. Manpifting goes again, and let's see. It's very, very brave for him to do, but he does it, gives it all just to defend, or at least try defend title.
Nothing to lose. Qualifying's over anyway, and he's never got to use these tires again. T-Jerk is down in 14th position and 1.2 seconds off the pace. I was just talking about the immense qualifying skill of the driver in the 87. Something's gone quite wrong in that machine.
I know what might have done wrong. T-Jerk is a consoler player, but making of his movement, we can say that he's on a keyboard right now, and he's not that good on keyboard. He makes another corner cut, and there are no chances not even a light of improvement. Let's see him crossing the line.
On a
And
race weekend where Saigon looks to go 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship and get more than 200 points to P2, this is not what they need. No other team in Formula Roblox history has gotten a more than 200-point gap to the team in second. Saigon looks set to do it in Division 1 and Division 2 East this season.
actually, I think that Saigon's Pistons in D1 have already breached the record of most team points in history. It was before Brunk to Swift GP. Currently, it's beaten by miles, I think. So we see Going Chris with the first pole of his FRL career, followed by Mempifting, who has still chances, but mathematical, to bring that title home. Andrew third, Royal, Light Murillo, then followed by Tofu, Hyperboss, Sussy, Playgames, and Code Bacons. Then we have Brawl Stars, Asimo, Lepri, T-Jerk, surprisingly, and finally Dustin. When it comes to strategies, it might be a one-stop, it might be a two-stop. We see currently drivers on mediums or hards. The majority is on hard tires. So we see all drivers stacked up on the grid. And for the last time in Division 1, it's lights out and we are underway, followed by led by Chris.
This is what we've come here for. Going Me Chris leads into the first few corners. The fight for the championship, the fight for 1-2 in the championship, the fight for record glory is on as they lead into the first corners. Mempifting is hounding that Hugh performance. He is not taking this line down. He's going to snatch that lead away by the end of the lap if he can help it.
Well, look at
Fastest
the strategies. Only people who are on a medium compound of tires are Tofu and Asimo, who has dropped back to the final position. He must have made the corner cut. However, what am I saying is that these two drivers are from Port Racing, and these two drivers have made, I think, the first appearances in Division 1. So that's very, very interesting. Let's see if they can make it work. Currently, we see Tofu, 4th position, fighting with Royal and Andrew for P3. So the last podium position, Hyper is still up there, but not that far behind. Currently, we see Goemon Chris and Mempifting neck and neck into the final sector of the first lap.
We have Brawl Stars Master on the soft tire, gambling on that high grip. I haven't heard great things about that soft tire.
Oh yeah, I missed that
doesn't really have
actually.
a whole lot of laps. They're currently at the back of the pack, so probably a gamble just to give them that extra bit of grip as we go on to the second lap of this race.
Yeah, you said it. In the meantime, as nothing's really happening, we can tell you that some of the teams have brought with themselves the special liveries for these final rounds. We see it at Code Bacon's. Kotangens Racing has made a special livery honoring the first and only their team owner's victory here at Kilema. Is inspired by Max GP's livery actually. Max GP, who has also brought in a new livery, farewell livery, because their team boss Jesus Jogandobola has decided to part ways with FRO, so we will see them no longer in FRO grid. So this is the last race for Light Murillo and Play Games under Max GP's reign. Can we also see any more special liveries?
Saigon's still running their gold and white championship.
Yes, it might
honoring
be.
livery.
Yes, let's add that to the list. I think it honors the championship, yes, as you said, as it was already brought home, the Constructors' Championship we talk about.
They're
So at the
separated by
moment,
nothing as they go into that corner.
we have 6 drivers separated by 6 tenths. We have Goimi Chris, Mempifting, Tofu, Royal, Hyperboss, and Andrew. From these people, only Tofu, Hyperboss, and Andrew are the ones that haven't made a podium this season yet. I mean, Tofu has made the one, but it was in Division 2. We are talking about a real competition in Division 1.
Mempifting currently holds the lead, but by barely anything at all. You'll find an interval of No
But
more
Tofu
than
goes
half a
wide.
second until you reach 7th place.
Well, after interviewing Sussy Imposter, he has said that it really bothers him that he has a very, very strong teammate and he rather have run in a lower ranked team so that he is the leader of the team. It brings him more pressure and it is visible because this guy's potential in FRL is very, very high. However, it hasn't been unleashed yet. Maybe because of that minor detail.
It's difficult, but he has to take solace. There's very few, as far as the numbers are concerned, there's very few stronger drivers in history of this great sport. Talking about the championship, Royal is still hanging on. He's up in third. He's got the fastest lap. Manpifting qualified second, which, if Royal doesn't finish this race, still puts Manpifting in a possibility of taking the championship. But I believe he has to win and take the fastest lap. If he doesn't take that fastest lap, it will go on to count back. T-Jerk is down in 11th, and as it stands, isn't going to score enough points to make that happen. If Royal failed to finish this race, the T-Jerk would need to finish second or higher, if my numbers are correct. Andrew, oh, that wasn't a very good line. Andrew suffering for it, riding onto the curbs. So we ride on board with the number 8 machine, fighting for that win, that brutal chicane that comes at you so hard and so fast. Riding down into what is probably one of the longer straights on this grid. You prepare for it with a series of corners, one of the best slipstreaming possibilities in terms of an overtake. But it's difficult to overtake when everyone has a slipstream, and they're all together.
Oh,
in one
Chris makes a
big
corner cut and
Royal lead.
this might back him down from
Oh,
the lead fight. He has made a pole, but he's out of control now.
going to Chris falls down to 6th place, and it's a gap of 1.5 seconds to the car in front, their teammate, and are now under pressure from the Manpifting's teammate of Ceci Imposter, 2244. In the number 17 machine, out in front is Royal from Hyperboss for Manpifting, but they're shuffling all the time. This looks like it's going to be one of those all-time slipstream races. Oh, that's a not place you want to go off right there, Tofu, and he's starting to suffer for it. He's falling back in that porch racing machine.
Well, it won't affect him much. It won't affect him much. He will surely come back unless he makes another mistake. He's already within the pack, so yeah. If it was the last lap, this would have been something to worry about, but it's survival of the race, and we have 21 more. So there's no bother. By the way, was I hurt like 2 minutes ago? Because I had a call.
We couldn't really hear you now.
Right. Not only the
it was very quiet, at least from my point of view.
All right, all right. By the way, we have the first retirement of the race.
The engine.
Yeah. However, we have the first retirement of the session already, and I was speaking about Kotangens' special library. Well, it's gone from the grid because Code Vacants has made his retirement, and there was no second Kotangens driver. So we say goodbye to Division 1 Kotangens Racing, as we will see no longer their liveries this season.
A special livery honoring a special win. If only we could talk to the person who achieved that win in Season 7 in Larkill. Alas, I don't think they're anywhere nearby. Or maybe they are, you never know. We do know that Royal is out in front and currently claims the fastest lap, separated by nothing all the way down to 4th. Tofu did recover from that mistake. Andrew is still with the pack, but starting to lose touch a bit, and in doing so is pulling their teammate kind of back into it. And in turn pulling Sussy Imposter and Play Games and possibly even Light Murillo. When one driver starts to have that slight pace deficit on purpose or on accident, you see the train can kind of pull forward and back. It's like you're playing an accordion. Just stretching and pulling and going forward and back and all these things. Tofu takes the lead.
Well, hold on a second, because we might have 3 drivers joined back again into the win fight. See the difference between Andrew and Goimi Chris. It's going down 8/10. It used to be 1.4. So we might have, instead of 5-way fight for the lead, we might have even an 8 way fight for the win. With Going McChris joining back, Sussy and Plagueins are being the new guys. So the race is gonna be exciting as never here today.
I've got one eye on Play Games, who's down in 8th, now just in 6th place according to our timing tower. These kinds of manic, lumped together slipstream races have been races that they've excelled at. They took the win in Pomodoro and almost took the win in Buenos Aires, but had to settle for 2nd place on that particular day.
Oh,
They just
Chris,
kind of
another
know how
corner
to
cut.
handle this.
Chris, another corner cut, and
Ooh,
what the what the what was brought to him, he has lost it. So he's still out of control, and he's currently P9. That's not a really good start of the race, and this might exclude him from the battle for podiums. But let's see until the end of the race. Maybe he will drive now the masterclass of his life.
Only the checkered flag talks, and you can never count any driver out, as this is now bringing some of this backpack into this long slipstream train. The only gaps over a second are the back two drivers, Lepre and Dustin MCA, and Play Games, who has just jumped up to 5th, just as I was talking about them. Brawl Stars Master is still on that soft tire, and not really making gains, but not falling back just yet. Though the cliff point might be coming up soon for them, if I'm correct.
I think the cliff point might become now, because I was testing soft tires and they can last up to maybe 7-8 laps. So we will see surely soon, this or next lap, the first driver to make their presence at the pit entry. In the meanwhile, we see Royal ahead of Hyperboss, ahead of Mempifting. Mempifting is first, so it's certain that at this rate, at this moment, Royal is the champion. However, T-Jerk is only P11. Maybe these are points, but these are minor points, and this makes him provisionally fall back behind Mempifting and finish potentially P3.
The fight for P2 in the championship is still on. We have to keep that in mind as we chase down. And you never know what's going to happen. Knock on wood, of course. I want every single driver to
Yes,
finish
Brawl
this
Stars
race.
Master.
Anything can happen. We have Brawl Stars Master in pit lane. The 50 crew is expecting him. They're invisible, but they're there.
Let's see if
into the pit
he will
lane.
mess up.
Ooh,
Slightly.
just a little bit deep, but does reach his marks. Medium
Yes,
tires. I think they're getting to the.
Oh, never mind. So Brawl Stars comes last, and shockingly, unsurprisingly, we see Royal still in the lead over Hyperboss Mempifting Play Games, who, well, let's face it, he is a better race-based driver than qualifying one. We see that he has finished P8 in qualifying, now he's fighting for victors. I don't think this guy has ever been on pole in Division 1 or in Season 6 regional divisions. If he has, then possibly a couple of ones, but he has surely more wins than pole positions.
The number 21 machine is hounding on the back of Tofu. Definitely, as I mentioned earlier, a driver who knows how to handle these slipstream races, as we've seen in the past.
I mean, he
GP in their final race.
I mean, he reportedly practiced race-based on qualifying, driving with mediums. So this guy is capable of everything in the races, and we can see that throughout the whole season. 4 podiums made, 1 win at Pomodoro, so it's home ground as he's Italian, as we might see even on his Halo or beyond that.
Royal just had a really bad corner there.
Yes, but it still makes him a champion, even with Mempifting leading.
But it still puts Play Games right on his tail. Play Games the only driver, aside from the 3, we'll say, championship protagonists, to win a race this season, and is now currently fighting with Royal. Royal still in the mix as it stands, but I don't know if that's enough. I'm sure Royal wants to win today, as any driver wants to win at any given point. Out in front, it's Mempifting and Hyperboss who are glued together. Royal trying to get back into that slipstream range, just hanging on to it. But Play Games is right on their tail. And if
I
there's one
mean,
thing you don't want to do, it's look backwards.
I mean, I am very surprised with how is Hyperboss presenting, because this guy has legit had a very big gap from FRO. He was banned, as I said. He came back this season, uh, and right away he's performing.
The porch drivers are into the pits. The number 11 of Tofu stops on his marks. It's a good stop.
The lags are crazy, but I'm still going.
Still going, still resilient. The let's see, he's out in 12th place. Does he have?
Speaking
He's
of
got a
play
bit of a gap in
games,
front of him, and that's kind of here.
speaking of play games and while being the only man out of the top three to win a race, we are currently seeing that not only when it comes to winners, but on podium sitters, despite play games, Royal, Mempifting, and T-Jerk, the only people to come on podium are Going with Chris and Light Murillo. So yeah, that's a very small amount of drivers comparing to last season. We have had like 10 or 11 even drivers to stand on a podium last season in Division 1. So yeah, we are seeing a big difference between the protagonists and the midfield drivers.
Play Games definitively in P4 in this drivers' championship. About a 60-point gap backwards to P5, and a
Being his
100
teammates.
point gap forward to P3.
Lai Murillo, Mike, speaking of P5, Lai Murillo is P5 in the standings, is P5 in the race. However, I don't think that any guy has made more P4s than Lai Murillo, as Lai Murillo it makes a big mistake falling back behind T-Jerks and Sussies back. He's currently being even overtaken by Andrew, so that's not a good time for Light Murillo. I wonder when will they pit the hard guys, because all the drivers that haven't pitted yet are on hard compound tires.
The story is quite clear. This is a race of the slipstream, and on those races of the slipstream, definitely you see drivers not wanting to be the first one to stop, as we saw those people on the two-stop trying, because you fall out of that slipstream. You have to hope that other people then pit into your path, as Tofu has managed to. Had grabbed a slipstream from Dustin, but is now in front of that driver.
I mean,
Grip.
I mean, I get it why people were struggling also on mediums, because in the past there were actually two-stop strategy who was the best. For example, in season 7, in Division 2 West race, for example, everyone was on two-stop, and this is clear why the likes of Asimo went on a two-stop, because apart from season 7, they have made an appearance in no other race than this one.
Were you in that race?
What?
Were you in that race?
Once more.
Were you in that race? Did you run that race?
Yes, I was in that race.
How'd you do?
I prefer not to speak about that. I mean, it's
Okay,
a good
we'll move on
it's a good
swiftly from that.
information, but I don't want to brag about that.
Asimo Turk TR to set a fastest first sector of the race on that medium tire. Obviously, all the front runners have been running hards.
About this race, I can say that the person who finished P3 in that race is currently P7, a Sussy imposter who went then to win the whole Division 2 West competition. Is currently in Division 1 and he's doing quite well this race.
The 17 machine currently.
Oh, as he makes a corner cut, commentator's curse is back once again.
The commentator's curse is potent and strong. The 17 machine was 7th, now 8th. The number 7 machine is P1 and is starting to pull a gap, I think. Yeah, starting to pull a gap to P2.
Yes, let's stick to Asimo a bit because he has made a purple sector 1 The Sector 2, however, was red, but it still can... Oh, he makes a massive runoff. And let's see if this hands him the fastest lap of the race. No. No, so we stay with Royal as the fastest lap holder, and we stay with Mempifting, creating a big gap. Actually, it's being reduced. It was 1.2, now it's 6 tenths. Speaking of Hyperboss. So he must
It
have
wasn't
made
even
a
their
big
personal
mistake.
best.
We have complemented Hue Performance's drivers. Currently they are P5 and P8, so long wait from the podium positions.
Will be under some massive pressure from the train of hungry competitors behind. Man, Pifting is getting reeled in by Hyperboss, so Hyperboss has caught that slipstream and is trying to catch the number 7 Mogus machine,
I mean, you know
taking
what?
along Royal and play games with him.
I mean, you know what? Chris is still, even though that he's currently not in the win fight, Chris deserves the big round of applause for this season. Before season 9 started, he has had only one race in Division 2, and it was a podium in Nagoya. And he pretty much came into the season as a rookie, and still he managed to perform. Undoubtedly, he's the Hue Performances leader. One podium scored, many high positions in qualifying. Now he has a pole, and now he's closing into Play Games. Play Games must have made a major mistake because the gap now is 1.1, and also Chris is bringing up Murillo with him, so we can see potentially a freeway fight for P4. Play Games might be out of podium positions fight because he has 2 seconds of loss to Royal, Hyperboss, and Mempifting as they are neck and neck each and every corner.
T-Jerk came in for a stop. That's the first hard runner to come stop. They weren't in one of the higher positions, but they had it was a very good stop. They stopped perfectly on their marks, putting on the medium tire. So they're going to go 10, 11, almost 12 laps on that medium.
Yes,
bit of a gamble there. We'll see how that goes.
I mean, the gamble is understandable when it comes to T-Jerk. When you see T-Jerk, when you hear the word T-Jerk, you see the championship contender, and he wants to do everything in his favor that can improve his position or his chances for the championship. Speaking of Royal and championship chances, they are all into the pits now, so let's see whether T-Jerk's gamble has worked. Royal holds the last pit box, and he's being chased by no one, so he will come into the pits, into the action first. And will he be overtaken by any guys? He's been overtaken by Asimo, but not by T-Jerk. T-Jerk, let's see if we can overtake some of the guys. No, so the gamble hasn't worked. However,
Hyperboss had a brilliant stop and is right with Royal now.
Well, I think he used to be even ahead of Royal.
Oh, that was strange. Royal has the ooh, is there someone? There's someone not moving on track. Asimo Turk has stopped on track.
The Turkish internet has stopped, so Asimo might be out of this race.
Stuck.
And this might be
right
the end of the
corner.
race. A race that was under his comeback, and the comeback wasn't for so long. He didn't even get to finish this race.
We have one Porch Racing and one Cotangents out of this race. Unfortunately for them, stopped on track in the number 9 machine.
Welcome,
which promotes Justin MCA to the points.
Well, comparing Porch Racing to Kotangas in this race, Porch Racing at least have one more driver on the grid, and it's Tofu, who is currently doing good. He's P2, but he hasn't made a stop yet. I mean, no, he has. He has, but he is going on a 2-stop, so he's a different category, and I don't think he's fighting for any podium positions. But let's see how the race turns on him.
Man, Pifting is going long. I'm going to start watching those lap times.
Yes.
Man, Pifting's last lap was a 1:36.6. Royal's last time was a pit lap, so that's non-representative. So we'll see
T-Rock has made the fastest lap, with all 3 sectors being green. And Royal is now on purple sector 1. Let's see his lap time.
It's Andrew who sets the purple first sector.
It's... Hold on a minute. Andrew has set up 24.704, while Royal did a 21.854. So that's by miles, by 1/10.5. So let's see how can Andrew do under all this slipstream that comes to his car.
If we look on the timing tower on the left-hand side, we do see Man50 is losing some time to Tofu. Tofu on that different strategy, but definitely carrying Royal with him.
I really wonder what Man15 has in mind, because now we have 9 laps remaining as he crosses the line, and he's going into the pits. So I thought for a second that he will go into the softs until the end, but it's not enough. Softs can last up to 8 laps, so he needed 2 more on hards, and I guess that they can no more laps. So
this time the number 7 crew is there. Royal goes through. I guess Man15's trying to build a tire delta as Andrew sets the fastest in this race, having just that slightly better grip than the competitors at the end of the race. We know Man15 likes to go hunting, comes out right behind their teammate.
I mean, I don't know whether this can work or not, because mind that it's a slip track. It's a slip track, so if having a group of the drivers, the group of drivers can give slipstream to each other and make a gap. So yeah, maybe Man15 is currently, as seen on screen, trying to chase off his teammate Sussy Imposter, but on a long run, I don't think it can work. So it's very, very risky, but I think personally that he has excluded him out for of the fight for the win, and it will come out between Hyperboss and Royal. But let's see, we have 8 laps to the end. As Man15 has already overtaken Sussy Imposter, flight past, no chance to reply, and currently is on a hunt. Next up, Andrew. Andrew, who holds the fastest lap.
Seeing some shuffling going around the P4, P5 area. Play games, Going Me Chris, Light Murillo, and Andrew all kind of hounding that. Man15 trying to cut through this pack, but they are on similar tires. Certainly, but Man15 has nothing to lose in this race. Fighting for P2 in the championship, wants to claim it from T-Jerk.
Oh, Tofu! What happened, Tofu?
Tofu!
What happened to Tofu?
Oh!
Something must have gone wrong there. Something must have gone horribly wrong. What happened to Tofu? He was going with Hyperboss and Royal, not that far behind, having slipstream. Currently, something or someone must have ruined his race. That's Man15, purple sector 1, unsurprisingly.
S-curve. The sort of sweeping S-curves of that first sector, that's roundabout where he was. It had just passed when we caught him. If he went wide or perhaps just got to get too comfortable with the curbs and had a big off. There's some surprisingly punishing corner cuts in that area that nobody ever touches.
Yeah, but mind that on stream it was him being in the middle of the tarmac, in the middle of the corner cut, so I don't think it was a simple corner cut. I think that it might be the controller issues. I think Tofu is actually being on controller. No, he's not. Something must have gone horribly
wrong. He might
wrong.
be on keyboard now. His controller died, of course.
Let's look at Man15, purple sector 1, and purple's whole lap being beaten by Man15. Currently
Tofu
being
coming into their final stop.
Well, look at the gap between Royal and Man15. It's 3.2. Having 3 lap fresher mediums, it might go actually very, very good to Man15. Currently, he has overtaken Andrew and is hunting down Play Games, Chris, Hyperboss, and Royal. Chris with a very, very good comeback to this race.
We saw this in Bonn. We saw when Man-Pifting is the one hunting Royal, it definitely seems to be in Man-Pifting's favor, especially with a tire delta over Royal. So Royal out there defending, trying to pull that gap to Hyperboss, being probably the best hope they have is that there isn't really a car right on Royal's tail. But Royal under pressure here to take this win and end an extremely strong end to their season.
Manpifting's gap to Chris and Play Games is 5/10 and is being closed in. And we also see Hyperboss included in that fight for P2 and Royal opening the gap 2.3 seconds. That's a huge buffer. That's a huge of that time margin. As we see Manpifting getting closer and closer and closer and closer to 3 other competitors who can start surely to feel the breath on their necks and back.
Qualified P2 currently has the fastest lap of the race. If something were to happen to Royal, I hope it doesn't. If something were to happen to Royal,
He has overtook them all already.
Currently in the position to take advantage of that, and now if he can clear away these slipstream rivals, the only person left up ahead is Royal, but he's going to have to catch that one on pure pace. The upside, Royal has no slipstream either. This race has come alive.
I mean, with 6 laps to go, the gap it's going down. It's just going down. It was 2.3 when Manpifting overtook all of the competitors. It's now 1.9. So with pure pace, with the tire management, because let's mind that Manpifting pitted 3 laps later than Royal did. With 6 laps to go, anything can happen. It's only 2 seconds, not even that. It's 1.7. It's 2/10 away from slipstream. So, if not making any mistakes, Manpifting is on a course to win. But all he needs to do is firstly chase, and then overtake Royal, who is on his course to win the whole championship.
And certainly Manpifting on course to finish second, and that drivers ruin that perfect season for Saigon. A 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship and a Teams' Championship. They've claimed the Teams' Championship, but Manpifting is set possibly to ruin that perfect 1-2. We're on lap 21 now. We're nearing the parts of what has been an amazing season of it.
Yes, and with 5 laps to go, the slipstream is already there. It's 1.3 of a gap. The maximal gap for slipstream to occur is 1.2. So we can imagine Manpifting chasing down Royal down the back straight. It will be very, very exciting to see because we know the class of Royal, we know the class of Manpifting, and it might not be that actually easy for Manpifting to catch Royal and then overtake him.
Last time round, Manpifting a 1:33.9. Last time round, Royal a 1:34.9. He took a second out of him last lap. It's less than a second on track now. This race is well and truly on. The gold and white Saigon number 14 machine currently leads the way. The blue and black number 7 machine is hounding behind. He was robbed of a championship bid potentially in Rio with that missing pit box. He's got fire in his eyes. He's ready to take victory.
But the gap is melting in ice. The distance is also melting in ice. It's 4/10 already, so Manpifting did his job perfectly to hunt down Royal. But now, the worst, the hardest he has to do is to overtake him towards the end of the race. 3/10 with 4 laps to go. Now.
Ooh, they're going to go into that first corner pretty much line astern. This is what we came here to see. Manpifting and Royal, a straight fight to the end. They're on the same tire, they're on the strategy. Manpifting has that tire delta, Royal has the track position, and they both will be trading the slipstream. This is what we all came here to see. Manpifting, just for the moment, takes the lead of the race.
Yes, but they are neck and neck, but he goes wide, so Royal has still a chance. But just they are currently neck and neck, so with 4 laps to go, we can see either an amazing fight until the end, or just a quick showdown, and then going until the end, with the gap being pulled away. As we
This
see also
race
the
is definitely not over.
we see also a fight for P3 between Hyperboss, Chris, and Play Games, Light Murillo being not that far behind, as well as Andrew. But the gap is 1 second to them. Let's stick to Royal and Mempifting, the championship competitors, as Mempifting. No, he hasn't made a corner cut, I think. They
Very
have.
close. He definitely had his wheels off the track, but wasn't punished for it. In this scenario, they ride into that horrible corner, which almost seems to want to slingshot you into the pit lane, but it doesn't. They both come over the line. Manpifting will cut the beam as the leader for the first time in many laps. Royal is definitely now the hunter in this case, as he's behind Manpifting, but they're trading roles all the time.
Speaking of the championship battle, Tidrick is P8, with having no chances to go any further. As I have, told you, Andrew is provisionally into the fight for the podium positions, and the gap is 9 seconds. It's unable as Tidrick makes another mistake. Oh, as we have missed that, Mempifting's gap and Royal's gap is now 8 tenths. They have fought every round, every single corner, every single qualifying session up to the last thousandth of a second. 14 rounds, 14 qualifying sessions, and it all comes down to this final race. Currently, the championship battle is in Royal's favor, and it's by a big one. Currently, it's Royal who deservingly snatches the title, but still, even though the Royal is second and Mempifting has no chances to secure the title as for now, he can still end up the championship in style, snatching the second in a row win in Kilima and bringing
Rising on
P2
to the
home.
penultimate lap now. Royal is starting to claw that gap back in, but it was a bit of a scruffy lap last time around. I'll check. Manpifting a 135.1, Royal a 135.7. So about the 6/10th loss, which lines up to what we see on the track. But Royal is now pulling it back in. In the podium fight, it's Play Games who has cut the beam this time, fighting like it's the last race of their life for P3 with Hyperboss, set to give Funny Group Racing their first podium in Division 1, but not if Play Games going to Chris Lightmarilla or Andrew can help it. Out in front, man, Pifting leads by 8/10 of a second from Royal with the fastest lap of the race.
I mean, if Royal doesn't make any mistakes, he can still have a shot because you see the gap and it's not really increasing. It's still 1 second, but he has that slipstream all the way down to the beginning of Sector 3. Currently, though, I think that the fight for P3 is more interesting as we see Hyperboss, Play Games, going with Chris, Live Murillo, Andrew, all going around themselves and neck and neck. So we can see still a five-way fight for P3 at the end of the season, as we are, unfortunately or fortunately for others, closing in into the last lap of this season for Division 1 racers. 14 rounds, countless laps done throughout the season, and it all comes down to this lap. Final lap, here we go.
Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Man Pifting as the fresher tires roll. This is what we all come here for. Man Pifting riding over the curbs, leading by 9/10 of a second. This is for victory in the final round. Who will take the title at this point? It's in Royal's favor, but nothing happens till the checkered flag comes. White flag, sponsored by Who Cares? The championship fight is on again.
Beautiful set as the gap is going up until 1.3. So unless Pifting makes a major mistake, the race is done and the championship is also done. But let's wait these couple of corners and let's wait for the official to happen. It's still unofficial for Royal to win the title. Let's just wait.
And wait, we will. The only thing we can do now is wait for the checkered flag to come.
Mempipting has also the fastest lap, and he has also the lead for 3 laps. Maybe he's not defending the title, becoming the most successful man on the ground to have the most amount of the most titles in FRO history, but he can add one more victory to his tally. Mempifting will cross the line as the first man and win the Kilima Grand Prix. As for Royal, even though he didn't finish first, is his first title in Formula Roblox League. Get in there, as we also see Chris on the podium. Wow! Very, very nicely done. Very, very deserved title. And we see other competitors. We see Sassi and Tijek neck and neck. Who comes out on top? It's Sassi Imposter, so Tijek finishes ninth. Then we see Tofu slowing down, and we see Brostas Master, Lepri, and Dustin, and that's the end of Formula Roblox League Season 9. For Division 1, who is your driver today?
Who else can it be but the champion, ladies and gentlemen, in the middle of the season? They said that he might be out of it after a rough streak, but at the end, Royal has come and silenced everyone. He has proven them all wrong, and for the first time in Formula Roblox, there can be no other faster driver today. The champion, for the first time, is Royal in Season 9.
Ask Royal to bring to join in for an interview. However, it has to be Royal. It has to be Royal for this whole season. For he was 30 seconds behind, 30 points behind the other competitors, behind Mampefting, behind Tidrick, and he did a great job when Mampefting and Tidrick couldn't do rounds. Mampefting couldn't do Rio, Tidrick couldn't do Ban, and Royal won both of the rounds, and that's what made him the champion. He did a perfect job in overcoming the other competitors and finally find his glory up into the title. And it's also a Saigon Speedsters title done.
I do have to give a word to Going Me Chris, and with a
Yes,
second podium of the season after an immensely strong season. And Play Games comes home fifth for Max GP's final race, Light Murillo in seventh. A strong result to see off one of the all-time legendary teams in the sport.
yes. So we are not ending the live stream yet, as we are waiting for Royal's response.
Whew. What a season. And what a season it's been for me. I have to give thanks to everybody in the Formula Roblox official for giving me this chance. Joining in, I believe it was Perk, to try my hand at being a commentator. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've enjoyed every single second. And I hope to do it more in the future because it's something I wanted to try for a long time. I applied, decided to go for it, and it's been a joy. And I got to see an absolute barnstormer end of the season. Every single race that I got to
And you have made
guide
it
you all
work.
through. It's great.
Your level of commitment has made it work. You are a great commentator overall, and to work with. For me, it's been another good season when it comes to my commentary, as I personally want to be a commentator in the future. So that's what gives me some of that experience, and surely I will try to commentate for season 10, just like you. What about Royal? Did he
Where's the
reply some?
champion? He's got to be somewhere.
Uh, I mean, did he reply back?
Not yet. Hopefully he's not drunk yet. hopefully, hopefully not. We are just looking up and down the. Says, give him 2 minutes. He says so. Well, I'll
So yeah,
look up and
we
down the scoreboard here.
Yeah, we can wait these 2 minutes. everyone that is on a live stream, I think they also can wait these 2 minutes for the world champion to give his interview for the last time this season.
Going to go through some stats because that's fun. Um, Not taking pole this time, T-Jerk did miss out on the record of most poles in a single season. They now have it tied with Zero Denial, who took 10 pole positions in season 3. Though adding 10 poles to their tally, T-Jerk has 4 pole positions in their whole career. I'm looking at the spreadsheet right now. That would bring them to 14, which would put them. Man, 15 on didn't get much this season. Put them third all time in the list of pole positions behind Mark Anthony in second and Endy in first. Definitely
I believe
good
Mark
company
Antonello
there.
is not that far ahead. He has like 16 on 70.
19, it says here. 19 pole positions. Took 9 in season 6.
Hello.
Or all right, I think
Hello!
we have met. We have Royal, the world champion of season 9, being joined with us today. How are you feeling right now?
Well, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good for me. Pretty good for the team. We have done an amazing job, and whole season we have done the points record, and yeah, it was a great season overall.
When we were last season talking in the interview, you said that your goal were to try and win that championship, and you have made it work. Your commitment has made it work. What, in your opinion, made you the champion? What
Uh,
decided it?
well, uh, there's two factors. I had a clean season. I think Man 15 was racing on an iPad for one race, Rio, I believe, although he DNF'd. And then T-Jerk had to miss one and he was racing on an iPad. But excluding that, I think my thing was the consistency all season. I have been really good, even in tracks that I wasn't supposed to be good. For example, Kilima. I was literally off the pace in quali, but I managed to come back at the end.
What are
And
your plans? Oh,
Pifting certainly didn't make
pardon.
it easy for you at the end there. What is it like fighting with that driver?
Well, he's a really difficult driver to fight with, as he's one of the best drivers in FRL. But yeah, it was difficult, but definitely possible to beat him, as we have seen this season. But yeah, I don't really have too much a comment to say on that.
So one
Whether or
is
not you come back next season. Sorry.
yes, that was
Whether or not you come back next season, do you plan on carrying the number 1 on your?
Uh, if I race next season, I will probably stick with the number 14. But my plans for next season is to step on the reserve seat or something like that. I really want to have a rest from FRL. But yeah,
yes,
You get
that's
to
what
rest as
I
a
was
champion.
about to ask. So, do you
Mhm.
have any more questions, Gus?
Uh, no, our champion wants to rest.
Yeah,
So
I also
congratulations,
think that.
you've been great.
Uh, Sincere congratulations from both of us. And we shall or shall not see you in season 10. Goodbye.
yeah. Goodbye.
That's all she
Now,
wrote.
yes, now that the world champion has been interviewed, we both can say goodbye to you for season 9 in Division 1. My name is Quatrus,
My name, as always, is Gus the Goose.
and thank you for the patience. Thank you for everything in this season 9. We are hoping to meet you in Season 10. Goodbye and get rest.